Hello, and welcome to another scene in Northeast Kansas. Tonight it's just gonna be Ash teaching and telling and bringing the Gangrel into the Warrens and telling you about the, Camarilla and all of that. So, yes. Um, Ash would have found some way. I don't know how, but he would have found a way to send a message to your Gangrel basically saying, hey, meet up in this alley and head into the sewer.
I would have done so.
Okay. He would have been there. Yeah, he'll be there with his dog, the massive Great Dane, and he'll just look at you and say, it's good to see you showed up.
Of course, whenever my life has been threatened, I kind of tend to obey.
I'll just give you a thumbs up and say, okay. So, first of all, congratulations. You're in the sewers. You're gonna have a great time down here. We have great customer service. In other news, I spoke to some people. I spoke to a person. Anyway, you're allowed in the Warrens. Consider this a great and mighty privilege, because generally no one comes in the Warrens but us. Yeah, that's about it. You stay here. Couple ground rules though. Unless I give you a computer, and I am going to give you a computer, because I think that's another lesson we should start on. But if it is not the computer I give you, don't touch it. Don't touch the wires, don't touch anything that remotely resembles electronics in the Warren. Unless I give it to you.
Alright, it shouldn't be that hard.
Well, hopefully. There are also a couple other rules, but I'll get to those in a little bit. But anyway, and I'll continue telling you about the rules of the Warren. A, don't be stupid enough to wander off on your own in here. Lots of tunnels. It stinks. It smells like shit. You won't be able to track your way out of there. Unless you're, like, really lucky. So don't go anywhere other than the room that we have made for you, my room, and the path to the Warrens, to the sewers, so you can get out. Other than that, don't explore. Good?
That one might be a little harder, but alright. I'll do my best to satiate my curiosity.
Look.
Safely.
Okay.
Just as an out-of-character question, are these like the sewers that connect to like the storm drains and all that shit?
Basically what it is, so there's the sewers, and you hop in and it's sewers, but then Nosferatu just kind of break a hole in the wall of the sewers, or like another room, because the sewers have a whole bunch of different rooms, and they'll break a hole into that wall and they'll dig down and they'll create kind of like what I like to call like a sub sewer under the sewer, and it's made out of like dirt and crap and nasty, but it's where the Nosferatu chill without being, masquerade breach.
Okay, because the reason why I'm asking is because out of character, my character's probably going to go mist form and just explore the sewers.
If they're like any other Warrens I've ever heard about, they're very, very long, very expansive, lots of dead ends. Okay, you know the catacombs underneath Paris, right?
Sort of, yes.
Think of those as a Warren.
Ugh.
The only ones who can really traverse it are the Nosferatu and their animals.
So I should have taken a eidetic memory. Got it!
No, there's actually just like a specific merit that will allow you to travel around just the sewers, not really the Warren, but the sewers. And it's basically like there was a really bad Nosferatu that brought you down into the sewers. But now that you're the Warrens, I think you might later on be eligible for that, depending on whether or not Ash will actually kind of walk you around the Warrens.
I mean, my character's going to try and do it anyways, and which is why I was asking about storm drains, is because if he does get lost, he'll just...
No, there's There's only like a couple ways to get out of the warrens. I've never. This is my first time playing a Nosferatu. I've only read about warrens, and then I've only seen the warrens in Bloodlines. You know the game.
Hmm.
Generally, there's not a lot of ways to get out of the warrens, and it's just basically under the sewers.
Okay.
So there's no like you can't just look up and find a storm drain because you're just gonna look up and you're gonna find dirt and wires and maybe a couple skeletons.
In the dirt as I'm looking up, not down. In the dirt above me. Got it.
Yeah, up and down and everywhere. There's skeletons. Like people dump bodies into sewers. The Nosferatu is just like that would be a very nice decoration. Okay. Okay. Continue. We'll go. Okay. B. Like I said earlier, no touchy anything. I don't give you. I will provide you with a computer, but it's probably something because it's probably something I should teach you about. But I'm going to parental control the fuck out of it. You'll have like MS Paint, maybe the pinball game, and that's about it.
Out of character. Oh shit! Damn! I'm getting pinball back. Fuck. This is an old OS.
Yes. Just because he's in the middle of updating the Warren system. He's in the middle of updating the system actually. So he's just going to give you one of the old computers while he brings the new ones in, and he's just like, "Look, play with that. Let me do my thing." Okay. And that's what you can play with when neither myself or Hazel are teaching you. When I'm teaching you about the computer, I'll take the locks off, and you can browse the internet. Okay? C. Do not bring anyone else down here. You want to get your rocks off with your little pet changeling? You better do it at her house. You're the only one allowed down here who isn't a Nosferatu or an animal. Don't think you can sneak someone down here either. I've got eyes everywhere. Okay? Got all of that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because that's the rules for the Warren. Now I've got my own set of rules. Get ready. 1. I will talk about you or whoever the hell I want to. You better keep your damn temper under control. Because if I say something about your little love interest, you better just take a deep breath and you count to 10, because I'm not apologizing. Same thing goes for anyone. I say anything about anyone you care about, anyone I might care about, it's me. I'm going to do it. What you going to do about it? 2. Because of what you were calling Eric the other day, don't you dare call me a childling. I don't give a damn if you're older. I know more than you do. Thus, you are the child. You are mine and Hazel's child, so you best learn what you call us. 3. Don't mess with my pets. They're mine. That includes the rats down in the warrens and Ollie. Though Ollie might be feeling friendly and, let you pet him. But that's it. Okay. 4. One more time, just to make sure you get it. Don't wander off in the warrens. You will get lost. Good?
I nod.
Great. Now we're going to go to the warrens. And he will basically just kind of turn around and start heading off down deeper into the sewers. It's lit up kind of by the occasional storm drain overhead or the the manhole cover. That's really about the only light down here. He'll bring you into after about 5 minutes of walking, he'll bring you into another little room, and it's kind of concealed behind like a locker, but he'll push that aside, and there's a hole kind of leading down deeper into the earth. He'll kind of motion for you to enter first.
Yeah, I'm looking something up in the V20 books. Give me a moment.
Okay.
Found it. All right, yeah. I wait like a whole 3 seconds before moving, and my eyes start glowing red before I step into the hole.
Okay.
Eyes
Yeah.
of the Beast, out of character.
Okay. Yeah. And he'll follow behind you and just sort of move the locker back into place in front of the door. He'll then kind of move around you because it's big enough to about where two people or large animals could kind of walk side by side. And he'll kind of move past you and then start leading you down deeper. If you're breathing, it stinks to high hell in here.
Well, since I don't need to breathe, I probably actually stop breathing.
That's a really good idea. Because I think the last time that one of my characters even went into the sewer, I had to roll a stamina check to make sure they didn't like throw up. Then again, I was playing a mage. But yeah. So either way, it's a good thing you're not breathing because it's really nasty down there. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I got something tickle in the back of my throat. Okay, sorry about that. So he'll lead you down, and basically, what you will see is think of like if you've ever seen shows where people go into like old mines and whatnot. The layout is kind of the same, except instead of stone, it's just dirt and feces, and maybe a couple rocks and stuff because you're pretty deep down in the earth. There are wires running on top of the ceiling. Not a lot, just cords of cables on either side of the wall. And lights placed like equidistant to each other to just kind of illuminate. They're not too bright, but they get the job done. Occasionally, you'll see maybe like you'll definitely see bones. Lots of bones. Probably some scrap metal too to reinforce the wall where it needs to be reinforced as we go through these tunnels. And it is very windy. And there are, tunnels leading off. There are tunnels that connect and intersect. Think of like a really, really badly constructed city that sort of had a layout at first, but then a lot of people started coming in, so they had to build more houses and more roads, and it just got really, really jumbled up.
Okay.
And so he'll lead you through here, and he'll finally stop in front of one door that looks like it. It was just, it's not really fitted in there correctly at all. It was just kind of like an egg-shaped sort of hole, and the door was just kind of jammed in the middle, so there are spaces on either side. And he'll open the door, just kind of motion for you to go inside the room.
I'll do that.
Okay. Inside there is just a mattress on the floor, a dresser, and then a desk with a very, very, very old dinosaur computer on it. Like what you'd expect to see in like a school, an older school's computer lab. It's just a dinosaur computer, and I think that's like the best I can describe it.
Oh, this is Windows 95 on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, no. It would probably have, god damn it. Commodore. It's probably Commodore 64. Fuck that.
Dude, it probably is, because I think from what Sean was telling me last night, the Warrens, they weren't even on Windows at first. They were on like something
Linux.
else. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, poor Ash, he's got so much work ahead of him trying to update the Warrens.
Looks like there's a private scene running.
Hmm?
Oh, if you have the dice gem pulled up, it looks like there's a private scene going.
Ooh, I'm gonna go eavesdrop. Kinda, you can't eavesdrop on rolls. Oh well.
Squeaketh Triora, squeaketh Triora.
Oh, that's probably just Tiger and what is his name? Evan.
Evan.
Yeah, there we go. That dude. It's probably just them. And so Ash will kind of lean against the door, and there a few rats will just kind of scurry out of your room when after you walk in, and he'll lean against the door and he'll say, "So congratulations. This is where you will be staying, at least here. Actually, yes, this is where you will be staying." Okay.
I kind of nod. I say, all right.
You got a dresser. You got a mattress. You got a desk and a computer. I haven't hooked it up to the internet yet. I still have to put parental controls on it. I'm gonna do that in a little bit. Right now, come with me. We're gonna take a little trip further down. And he'll just kind of motion you to walk out again.
Okay.
And when you get out, he'll kind of shut the door behind you and lead you further down. It doesn't take too long. It's maybe like a minute walk. Now this room looks like it looks a lot better. The door is actually, framed and mud was kind of packed in. And he'll open the door and just walk in, expecting you to follow behind him. Yeah. This room's a little bigger. It's got just a mattress thrown on the floor again, but it's kind of got like a blanket thrown haphazardly on top of the mattress. There's a very nice dog bed in the corner that's actually on like a wooden platform, so the dog bed doesn't get all nasty from the dirt and whatever moisture is there. And then 2 desks and a dresser. On one of the desks is a laptop. On the other desk is a very nice PC setup with like, I wouldn't really say Alienware, but Alienware kind of PC.
I understand.
Yeah, and then off in the corner, it looks like he just kind of got mad and he threw a bunch of just a bunch of old electronic stuff, like just kind of broken cables, chewed cables. There's a couple dinosaur PC monitors, and he just kind of threw it in the corner of the room because it's just shattered and the plastic's broken. And he'll kind of he'll jump onto the mattress and kind of lay back, putting his hands behind his head, and then he'll, with his elbow, he'll motion you over to one of the chairs in front of either one of the desks.
I'll take a seat. I'll straddle the chair, though.
Okay. And Ollie will come in and he'll walk over to Ash though, and Ash will kind of like rub it behind his ears, the whole, oh, who's a good boy. This is really weird because he's showing affection to this dog, and he doesn't normally show affection to anything. And then the dog will walk over to his dog bed and just sit down and lay in it. Then Ash will look over to you and say, this is my room. Do not come into my room without my permission. You will always knock first before coming into my room. Okay?
I give a nod. All right.
Okay. Great.
Though I might scratch at the door sometimes. And I'll give a sly grin to the Great Dane.
How much intellect does this dog have again? Okay, he's actually got the... Oh my god, I think he has a must. I actually think this dog has as much intelligence as you do. Oh no. Two? Okay, the dog will... Ollie will look up at you, and it's a very, oh, I don't know how to describe this Great Dane. I forgot the color of his coat. Oh well, he'll just kind of look up at you and do the big doggy grin. Doesn't entirely look like he's comprehending, and then he'll just kind of lower his head back down onto his paws. Ash is gonna give you a look like, the fuck you doing with my dog? And then he'll just say, remember rule number 3. Don't mess with my pets. Okay?
All right.
Okay. I don't know what that look was. I don't know if it was what I was thinking of, because I've heard some rumors about you gangrels. And if that's the case, I don't even want to get into that. Like, I'm into some nasty stuff. Okay. Actually, that's not even all that bad if you were in, like, a different form, because you just have a tail. Anyway, I'm not getting into this. Oh my god.
At which point I'll kind of just lean forward and say, "Oh, do tell, I've been out for a millennia."
I don't know you that well. I'm not telling you what I'm into, okay? We're not doing that. We're not bros. You are my child.
Meaning the Gangrel.
I mean, they're animals. I'm not going into any more detail other than that. So, just because I do not know how much you know, and I don't really care, we are going to start right at the basics. Vampires, us, are known as kindred if we are in the Camarilla, which you are a part of. Understood?
Give a nod. It's not really the rules I have problems with. It reminds me very much of the Silence of the Blood, plus or minus a few. It's the politics.
Okay, Mr. Arcturus. Whatever. We're not getting into that. Like I said, we're going to start at the top. Vampires are immortal, and he'll throw up air quotes when he says immortal. We don't age or die of natural causes, but you can still get diseases. It's not pretty, and you gotta normally use a lot of blood to cleanse that out of your system.
Out of character, if it's a bloodborne disease, you have to burn all of your blood. All of your blood.
Yeah, like, I mean, you can still get a disease. You're not gonna die of it. It's just gonna suck. And you might get the system or the symptoms depending on how much blood you have in your system. And he'll say, so don't go around sticking your dick in everything you see.
What?
Don't.
Hold on, wait. I
Yeah.
just want to make sure. Okay, I do have medicine 3, but I'm just going to. Yeah, so been around 100 years, so I know about some of the diseases. Okay.
I mean, if you have medicine 3 and you've been around 100 years, you were probably, you probably know most of modern day diseases.
Yeah. Sorry, I keep on forgetting what I do with not have.
That's all good.
Yeah.
I do it sometimes too. Trust me, like the other day I forgot Nosferatu had potence. Like I honestly, like legit forgot.
Well, I have fortitude, which is why I was thinking that Becker was going to beat it into me. Or whatever Toreador's name is.
Yeah, Hazel. She was gonna make sure you got, justifications for some more fortitude there, buddy. He'll say, okay. So you know that. There are ways to kill us, of course, kind of cutting you off your head and all that stuff. Sunlight, fire. Getting staked in the heart won't kill you. You'll just be paralyzed, and it kind of sucks.
Yes, I remember that.
I'm sure you do.
Oh no, I wasn't staked, but my mistress loved to torture us.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I'm not here for your sob story. I don't care. I don't really care what you did to you.
I was one of her lieutenants by the end of it, so I don't really care either.
Then why are you telling me?
Maybe I just missed the sound of screaming.
Okay, okay. Also, I'm just gonna throw this out there again. The views of the character do not reflect on the views of the player. The player does not condone the actions of this character because this character is a shitbag. Okay.
Okay. By the way, out of character, Mr. Filch.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
Harry Potter, like the
Okay.
second
Oh,
movie, or first or second movie. God, I missed the screaming.
look, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I've never been a big fan of Harry Potter.
Okay.
Um, he's the one with the cat, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And so he'll look over at you and he says, "Oh look, if you like the screaming, then I'll find you some torture porn or something. But okay, you have fun with that. Like I said, your room is very far away from mine. I don't want to hear that. Don't tell me about it either. But you're definitely not going to go and find you some because then you'll probably get viruses on the computer and I will probably have to just kind of bury you. I've got enough on my plate right now trying to update the operating system we've got down here. It's not good."
I
Either
kind of
way,
just I kind of just shrug and say, which operating system is this? Is this Commodore 64 or is this oh God, what is this? Linux, Ubuntu, Windows 95. I don't really keep up with technology.
Ash will just kind of rub his hands with his face. And he's still laying on his bed, and he's moved his blanket, behind his head as like a pillow, and he just looks utterly like distraught. He's just like, I don't want to talk about the operating system right now, okay? But let's not. I get physical pain, like I feel like my arm is going to cut off every time I talk about the shitty operating system we've got going down here. Like, shit, let me look up this dude's name, because he would call him by name, because he knows this guy. You're not. Oh, we are in Topeka. Hold on. Okay. I'll just say Joseph is an okay dude. Just, I can't believe he's let the operating system be so bad down here. No wonder it was so easy for me to hack into ShrekNet. Either way.
What's the current operating system on computers nowadays? As I mentioned before, I'm not really up to date on the latest and greatest technology.
He'll kind of lift up a hand and he'll say, look, like I said, I will be teaching you about computers later at a much later date. Probably like in a couple of hours if we don't have any vampire stuff. If I don't just throw you back at Hazel, depending on how much you piss me off today. Okay. Anyway. We're monsters, honestly. We are monsters. Just want you to get that through your head. Okay. Monsters. Okay. When we bite someone, because like I said, I'm going to teach you like you are a new person, just freshly risen, don't know a damn thing about vampires. When we bite somebody, they do not come back and turn into a vampire. Okay?
Damn, I was kind of hoping that Bram Stoker tale was true, and I kind of just smile at you and say yes. My mistress, we became very familiar with the process of turning vampires.
Okay.
I do not know. I do not remember if I sired any. I do not know if they had lived if I did.
I really hope that you didn't sire anyone. Because, there are like memes going around on the internet about, how some parents shouldn't breed and have children because they might continue on the stupid. Well, let's just say I'm putting you under that same, umbrella. Really hope you didn't sire anyone. Otherwise, there's another stupid vampire out there running around.
Well, I don't believe I've sired any since I've woken up in recent times.
Well, let's hope if you sired one way back then, they died.
That would be the assumption.
Thank whatever god there is in this world. Okay. We are not repulsed by crosses or other holy symbols. Or at least most of us aren't. There are a few who are really edgelordy, and when they see a cross, they're like, oh no, it burns. Generally, this is not the case. The same thing goes with garlic and running water. At most, the few vampires that it does affect It just minorly inconveniences them. Capiche?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How else do you think I made it over here from Finland? I
Not with
knew.
your brain.
I took one of those cruise liners. I'm not quite sure what the term would be for like the actual ship, but he would have said the actual term.
He'll give you a thumbs up. And he'll say, okay. I know you don't like it, but you're gonna have to learn how to play the political game.
I'll kind of just groan and go, fine.
Groan all you want, but let me tell you something. It might not seem like it. We might act like we're the top dogs of everything, but in reality, we're in a cage. Every city where there is a vampire population, it is nothing more than a cage for us because we are afraid. We are afraid of the wilderness because of the lupines. We're afraid to the vast plains and deserts because there's
I'll stop you at that point and the hand motion, like stop, that hand motion, and be like, lupines? I thought Gangrel were the only lupines, and I'll kind of do quotation marks. Or at least
the big feud in every piece of literature of vampires versus werewolves? Well, I mean, kind of think about it. Use your brains. If there are vampires, there are probably werewolves. There are werewolves. That's why we stay in our cities and they stay in their forests. We don't get along.
all right. Any particular way to determine who is a lupine and who isn't? Because as you say, these guys are a threat, and I am very unfamiliar with these new things.
Look, I'll be real with you. Like I've said before, I haven't been a vampire for very long. A couple months at the most. I don't know how to fight werewolves. I'm assuming you just, slash and cut them enough and they just kind of fall over. Okay.
I'll kind of just nod slowly and be like, well, most people I've fought in the great old days weren't like that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if you hit anyone with a sword hard enough and enough times, they're just gonna die. That's just sort of a thing, But as I was saying, we might act like the top dogs, but we're not. We're in a cage just as much as the next bird. No shrug. We are. Where, you can't really go out into the forests because of the werewolves. Can't really go out into, exploring too much because we have to go from city to city so we can, have blood, sustenance. And yeah, and all other sort of strange things that are, cropping up in this world. So, because we are stuck in these cages, people get a little stir crazy. So they make elaborate games of prestige and social status and vendettas and politicking. Which is why you gotta learn to play the game. Otherwise, you'll just go insane. Because it just gets so annoying and people will try to pull you into it, and it's horrible.
He'll kind of just look down at the floor and say, and kind of mutter to himself, I think I would rather go insane.
Next field trip, I'm gonna bring you to the Mount. I'm gonna find a Mount. I'm sure there's one somewhere.
At which point I'll kind of look at you wide-eyed and say, what?
He'll arch an eyebrow. What?
The Mounts from my time, we had a saying, if there's one, keep an eye on him. If there's two, run.
Congratulations for you. sounds kind of wimpy if you're afraid of two crazy people. I mean, that sounds like you're a bit of a bitch.
I've, I've seen some of them in action, and they are very, what's the word? Dangerous. They can inflict their insanities on others.
I'll shrug and say, look, every clan's got their own shtick. Every clan can do something to everybody else.
I guess another reason for me to learn this politics game. And he'll say with utter loathing and disgust.
Look, I'm an Nosferatu. We don't play the politic game. Our personalities are as ugly as our faces. That's kind of our trademark thing there. We even us down here in the sewers got to play the game occasionally. Got to kiss ass. Say yes, my prince. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, sir. No, ma'am. I will find you this piece of information. You just got to do what you got to do, so that people will leave you alone, and you can just do whatever the hell you want. Okay.
Kinda almost makes me a little envious.
How so?
Well, because, they'll leave you alone. And I'll kind of gesture to how you look. With me, it seems like they want me to learn this game and become part of it.
Boy, if we weren't a walking masquerade breach forced into the sewers, they'd make us do the same thing. But let me tell you, no Ventru is ever going to step foot into a place as disgusting as this, which is why we get left alone, because they don't come down here. It's actually quite funny. Some of these princes and Ventrus actually think their domain extends into the sewers and the warrens. It's adorable. They can think that all they want, but in reality, we're just kind of cooperating with them. For the most part. And I swear to God, if you relay any of that to anyone else and try to get me stabbed in the back, I'll be coming for you.
I'll kind of just chuckle and say, they won't hear any of this.
Great. And also, to be real with you, if you stay in the sewers, like I said, you've got a room right down the hall. You probably don't have to deal with politicking much anyway, unless you go out to their courts. Granted, I suggest you go out to the courts occasionally. Even I go out to the courts. Because it's a good way to gain influence and reputation. And that sort of stuff is a good thing to have. Especially if you piss someone off and you get in trouble. It's always a good thing to have backup. Then again, do not ever trust another vampire. We are backstabbing assholes. If someone...
I'll nod again slowly and say yes. I've learned this again the hard way.
Mm-hmm. Good. What's next? Okay. So you know how we're made, right?
I'm sorry, out of character. I think you just covered this, sort of?
I don't think he covered how exactly we're made. He just said, we don't rise after being bit.
Yeah, out of character. I don't exactly know the mechanics on how vampires are turned in the system, so.
Okay. Not really mechanics, to be honest with you. It's quite simple.
Yeah, because it's different from tabletop and MET, and they have, I don't know why they do it.
I don't think so. I thought it was one and the same for everything, because there's not... What it is you just drain someone, and then, put a few drops of your blood into their mouth, and then they'll, congratulations, you just sired a child.
Okay, yeah, that sounds right.
Yep.
My character would know that.
Okay. So he'll nod and say, great. You know that after we're embraced, our looks are frozen in time, right? You know that we'll only get paler as we grow older, and but we'll still look young, just really, really white.
Yes, I do.
You know the different ways we can use blood?
I'm more or less familiar with it.
Okay, then go ahead and tell me those ways.
Uh, well, there's blood buffing. You can increase your physical abilities by burning blood. There is also blood healing. And other than that, I don't really know.
Okay, I'll tell you this. It's a trick most Nosferatu never ever have to use, but Ventru and Torador are commonplace in using it. You can use blood to make yourself appear human once again. Your skin will become rosy and warm. You will mimic breathing. You'll even be able to have sex again. It just makes you look human. That's another way you can use blood. Just by moving it around into your cheeks and whatnot.
Okay.
Yep. Like I said, we never have any use for it because we clearly don't look human anyway.
Well, I
Can
haven't really needed to use that, considering we were only raised for the purposes of destroying villages and getting more fodder for a mistress.
Mm-hmm. Seriously, sounds you're more of like a country or city gangrel, honestly. A sabbat.
Sabat? What are they?
Hmm. They're the ones you honestly remind me more of. This whole, you know, oh, we were just kind of raised to do one particular thing and then we were thrown away. Well, that's sort of what the sabbat does. It's tactics used during war called shovel heading. What they do is they hit you over the head with a shovel and they embrace you and then they throw you into a mass grave with a bunch of other shovel heads and then they'll bury you and you have to fight your way to the top and whatever comes out, they're just used and pointed at the enemy, sort of like a Bruja. You just get a Bruja angry and then you kind of point it in the way of your enemy and then let the Bruja go fight everything while you sit back and enjoy a nice, warm, well, Asian. Or, whatever color you prefer.
I'll kind of just smile and say yes. That sounds pretty much like what she did.
To be honest, I could probably do the same thing with you. You remind me of a Bruja, too. Ugh. Either way. You know about the jihad?
Nope.
Oh, dear lord. Okay. I'm still kind of wrapping my head around the jihad, to be honest with you, but basically, the way I like to think of it is every kindred is out for themselves. We're usually, solitary creatures, lone predators, yada yada yada. We want to keep what is ours because we have this, the beast, and it's just kind of like okay, kill, conquer, continue, etc., etc. The jihad is a war we have been doing against each other for centuries, just kind of playing this, little politic game of, hey, I'm going to send you after, I'm going to pull strings in the darkness and let this person get upset at the other person for something that person never did. But, yeah.
I think I was created before the Camarilla, so I wouldn't be too aware of this jihad.
I'm pretty sure this was way before the Camarilla, dude.
Yeah, out of character, I don't know in character what it is, so I don't know as a person what the jihad is, so I don't know.
I mean, basically, the jihad is just what Ash described. It you could think of it as politicking in a way, not entirely the correct way, but okay. You get two powerful, power hungry vampires in, a small enough city. They will fight and backstab each other to just take control over that city. That's the jihad. Vampires want to take more territory. They want to become the top dog. They will do any means necessary to move up in ranks and gain power.
Okay.
Jihad.
Yeah, that sounds like something he would know about, just not in a political sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, because the political stuff kind of in the more modern knights, it's kind of turned towards more kind of politic ways.
He's more used to the oh, we're going to take this by force.
Mm-hmm. I mean, shit, the Camarilla and the Sabbat still do that, to be honest. It's just kind of like, okay, well, I'm going to throw you at this Sabbat city, or I'm going to throw you at this Camarilla city, and we're going to try to take it over.
Yeah.
But yeah. Either way, vampires just want to kill each other. That's just how it is. Child turning on sire, sire turning on child, prince, versus the world, etc., etc. Of course, this is a very long playing game. You don't expect victories, every couple of days. It takes years and years and years and years and years. Thankfully, it's not like we're gonna die of old age or natural causes. Keep your head down and your back covered, and you can last for that long. Centuries and long centuries.
It really helps whenever they don't know where you're buried.
You say that, but to awaken from torpor, you need blood, and if you're out of blood when you go into torpor, you will never wake up again unless somebody finds you and gives you some blood. So in a way, sure, you can live metaphorically forever, if they don't know where you're buried, but at the same time, you are never getting out unless they find you.
That's true.
So it comes at its own cost. That's why it's good to have retainers who are loyal to you. Okay. So I am a neonate. Okay?
Mhm.
In my eyes, you are a fledgling. And actually, in every sense of the word fledgling, that's what you are. Because basically, a fledgling is a kindred who are still being taught by their sire. So you can be however as old as you want to say, you're still a fledgling. At least until you look better. No, actually, until you do well enough in Hazel's and mine eyes to where you won't make a muck up of us both. And we can introduce you to the prince. Again. Where we think you'll be good on your own. Okay.
Alright.
Anything in particular you were curious about, or you want to know about, or you've had trouble with?
Who are the ruling clans?
The Larch and Eyebrow? You gotta be a bit more specific, because if you just want to take who we think is the ruling clan, then the venture would just point at themselves.
Who are the ruling clans among the Camarilla? Who do the Camarilla see as fit to be part of the Camarilla?
That's the thing about the Camarilla. The Camarilla will take anyone. That's really about it. Do you mean the original clans that, I'll throw up air quotes, created the Camarilla?
Sure.
Shit. Hold on. I gotta go find all these clans.
Basically, what he's asking is like the pillar clans.
Yeah. Shit, I can't remember if that was all the Camarilla clans or. Hold on. Okay. Pillar clans are the Bruja, the Gangrel, the Malkavians, the Nosferatu, Torador, the Tremere, and the Ventru.
Who are these Tremere?
That's a really good fucking question.
From
There's
when I came about, they weren't around, or I did not hear about them, if they were.
way back when I was told by my sire that you know, they're that they did something wrong to themselves way back when, and now they are us. I don't know what it is, and they keep their history shrouded in mystery. History, mystery. Oh, and I didn't even know it. Either way, yeah, they just kind of popped up a while back. I don't really know what happened. Like I said, it's hard to get the history. They're tight-lipped, but they did something back then, and they just kind of popped up.
All right.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but it is what it is. Then you got like the independent clans, and then you have the Sabbat clans. It's all fun.
What are the independent clans?
They. Mm, okay, I don't know the MET history to be real, because Assamites used to be a part of the independent clans, but I guess now they're a part of the Camarilla. So I'm gonna gloss over the Assamites for now, but he'll just kind of clear his throat and say the Giovanni, the Ravnos, and the Setites are followers of Set.
I haven't heard of any of those, but all right.
The Giovanni are they're basically really powerful Italian necromancer mob guys.
That's probably why I haven't heard of them.
Yeah. Don't ever go to Venice. Just FYI. And if you do, make your quick there really fast. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know too much about the Ravnos or the followers of Set. Followers of Set, kind of like Mesopotamian kind of people. Egyptian. I guess they follow Set, considering that's their whole big thing. The followers of Set. Snake people. Ravnos. Gypsies, honestly. Just Ravnos or gypsies.
Okay. And the Sabbat clans?
The two big clans of the Sabbat are the Zamis and the Lasombra.
You'll see my ears perk up whenever you say Zamish.
He'll nod and say, that being said, there are lots of the anti-tribu in the Sabbat.
Sorry, out of character. What is an anti-tribute?
An anti-tribu is basically just okay. Like a Nosferatu anti-tribu would be a Nosferatu in the Sabbat.
Okay.
I want to say anti-tribu means against the clan. I read it earlier because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of did some prep and started reading over the V20 book again just to make sure I had it down. But let me find it. But yeah, that's basically what it is.
At which point I'll say, well, what are these Sabbat like?
Crazy, dude. They're crazy.
So
I mean, like,
so they're dominated by Malkavians?
at
You can
that.
tell he's making a joke.
Ha 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 ha. Yeah, dude, dominated by Malkavians. No, they're dominated by the Lasombra and the Zamis. You really think they'd let an anti-tribu kind of take over their whole sect? No.
We'll
No,
kind of
they're
see me scowl whenever you say Zamish again.
he'll just look at you and say, Zamis, 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 Zamis. You gonna stop, like, flinching and wrinkling your nose now? Because it's a name, buddy.
No, just I know a little bit about them.
Well, they ain't fucking pleasant.
This I know. When my mistress was trying to expand her territory, we ran across a Zamish that was doing the exact same. Let's just say the casualties were high, and the shit we saw was frightening.
I mean, dude, you're a shovelhead. The casualties are gonna be high. Because you suck. And they just throw you at them. You're cannon fodder.
Yes, but keep in mind, we were also used mostly against villagers that didn't have any other supernaturals. So it was pretty easy going until we ran across this Zamish.
Like I said, shovelhead. What do you think they do? Sabat infiltrated Camarilla City. They take random people off the street, bite them, turn them into shovelheads, let the little bastards go loose into a Camarilla City, and then the Camarilla prince and whatnot, we gotta hunt down the damn shovelheads, and then we have to pull influence to cover up the massive masquerade breach as a whole bunch of retarded little gremlins run around the city doing God knows what to everything.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I know it sounds about right. I said it.
Out of character, I kind of want to talk more on Zamish, but I don't know a whole lot about them out of character. Because I have Zamish Lore 1.
Okay. I play as me, so if there's anything you want to know, just let me know.
Okay.
Of course, I can't answer it completely as Ash, because I'm kind of like, he's got lures, and he does have access to the ShrekNet, but that still doesn't give him, like, infinite vampire knowledge, so I'm kind of, like, trying not to toe the line or toe the line too much.
Yeah, that's fine. Just, like, out of character, like, in character, I would explain what, what I've seen from the Zamish, like, the Shlata, like, it was bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, yeah. And the Vosht, and, yeah, like I said, yeah, Zami suck.
It probably would have even mentioned that, the dude man had, like, the cathedral of flesh, but I don't know if my lores would warrant that.
Yeah, I think Cathedral of Flesh is a little way past one dot. And basically, what one dot in a lore means is basically like their terms. Like, you know that the thing exists and some vague details about what they are, do, and stand for, and you might know a few specific terms for it as well.
Okay.
So,
But yeah, you can tell he has a severe disgust for Zamish. Not like he is physically grossed out by it, but more like you just said the name of his bitter rival type of disgust.
okay. Yeah. I'll just kind of look over at you and say, yep, that's about it. Kind of, for the most part. Let me see. There's also bloodlines. I don't know much about the bloodlines, but those are a thing that exists. Not to mention the caitiffs.
Caitiffs?
Clanless vampires.
Yeah. Mistress told us about these rumors and foretellings, and she played it off like it was a joke.
Because they are. They're clanless little bastards. I mean, really, that's what they are.
Great. So I woke up in the end times. Awesome. Has Kane come about yet? He'll be asking sarcastically.
Shit, oh, see, he's in LA as a cab driver. Like, I see, he'll just kind of look over at you and kind of wrinkle his nose as much as he can, considering his nose is just kind of flattened anyway. And he'll say, no, he's not up. And these aren't really the end times. Though there are, in some more paranoid domains run by the Camarilla, they have a position known as a scourge. And what they do is they go around and kill any kindred of a particularly high generation. Those of the 14th generation and higher, these scourges, and some domains are sent to kill them in order to stave about the end times.
Well, do keep in mind, she told the stories like they were kids' tales. Tales to scare the children not to do something bad. And I wake up and hear about these caitiff. And I cannot but help but think back to their stories.
Ash is, you know what I'm gonna say, he's got a random skull lying around in his room, so he'll just kind of reach from his bed and he'll pick up the skull. And he'll hold the jaw in one hand and the head, in the other, and he'll kind of connect it, and he'll start, moving the jaw, and he'll say, in time with the jaw moving, "Oh no, the end times are here. The end times are here. Whatever shall we do?"
Nice pet. I guess I shouldn't mess with that skull either.
You kind of broke up there. I didn't hear what she said.
That's a nice pet. I guess I shouldn't mess with that skull either.
He'll turn to look at you, turning the skull at the same time, and he'll say, "It's not a pet. It's just a skull." And then he'll throw the jaw at you.
Okay.
Then he'll kind of stick his hand out and say, "Give it back. I want it back. Come on."
I pick it up off the ground and toss it back.
He'll catch it, stick it back on the skull, and set it right back down beside his bed.
I guess vampires have a weird sense of sock puppets.
That wasn't a sock puppet. That was a skull. And besides, you want to see the sock puppet? I got a complete skeleton somewhere in one of these rooms. I don't know how it got there. It was just sort of there when I was checking out the router and everything, making sure we got all that connected up for the cables and shit down here. It was just there, chilling. Its name is Mr. McGee.
Sorry, NCIS reference.
Yes, I know. That's, yeah. Oh, McGee. He's so fun. And he'll look over and he'll say, you know what? I've told you a lot today. For a little bit, you're going to talk. I want to hear about this little changeling you've got.
What would you like to know about her?
Why haven't you just taken her yet? She seems to be so much point of interest to you, like you said she was earlier.
She reminds me of my life before I was turned.
Sounds like even more of a reason to take her.
Well, I have no intention of killing her. Turns out my mere presence around her causes her harm and duress. Much more so than any other mortal that I've ever met.
Well, we're vampires, so we sort of do that. We're monsters, leeches, plagues.
That's true, but mortals tend not to like to be around me for some reason. It could be the atrocities that I committed, or that one mysterious little whelp of a mortal that was very difficult to kill. But she has piqued my interest.
Then take her before somebody else does. That's the thing you've really got to learn about us. I'm sure there is somebody out there who really does not like you. Hell, I don't like you all that much. Hazel probably doesn't like you all that much. Basically because our asses right on you getting it through your thick skull that you just need to even... Fucking hell, dude. You just gotta act like you like the Camarilla. Because in all honesty, not a lot of people like the Camarilla. That's kind of the whole point of the Camarilla. They suck, but they're so powerful, you just gotta shut up and sit in their shadow. Okay?
Well, when I kiss this when I kiss this prince's ass, do I use a little bit of tongue?
Yeah, he'd probably like that. He's a Ventru. But no, as I was saying...
Probably be licking the stick so far up his ass.
Oh, see, that joke kills me every time because I play a Ventru, and you don't want to know how many times he's been told that joke. He'll be acting like an asshole, and somebody just walks in. So, Satoshi, tell me, do they put the scepter in your ass before or after you're embraced?
But I do have another question for you in character. So,
okay. Yes.
You say that I should take her, but also I have been told that the damn it, what's the out of character version of the litany? It's not called litany. It's what is it called?
The traditions.
Yes. Okay. Sorry, that fucks me up because I'm a mage player.
I don't think the mages have a litany. Litany is werewolf.
Yeah, but traditions are the vampire rules, but they're also the mages. Different clans of the mages.
Yeah, houses and stuff like that.
Yeah, so that's why it fucks me up.
Yeah, I got you.
You said in the traditions last night that I shouldn't take childlings, and you have even said yourself tonight that I probably shouldn't turn anymore, lest they reflect my stupidity.
I said take, I didn't say turn. Big difference, buddy. One, you can just shove in the. Okay, actually, if you turn somebody, you can just shove them in the basement too. Shit, I think that's what the Ventru do. Anyway, um, no, there's a very big difference between taking and creating a progeny. Because one, I mean, okay, actually, you can just kind of do the same to both, your progeny and whoever you take. Kind of like treat them like shit. But you get my meaning.
Well, I can't exactly stake a living person and have them survive it.
Rope, chains, a locked door.
It would probably be best for her if I did that. From what she was telling me of the night that I forgot, apparently someone swore from her own clan, from her own bloodline, swore an oath to kill her.
Sounds like a her problem. But that brings me back to my original point. You've made some enemies, and you've also talked about this chick. If someone wants to get at you, they'll go after her. Because we've got rules about killing each other. We don't have rules about killing other things. Okay, well, generally it's frowned upon if you kill, like a human. And you might feel a little bad about it, or you just don't feel bad about it at all. But generally, it's a changeling. Or at least that's what you said. I don't really know what the fuck a changeling is. But if someone's got beef against you, instead of going after you, they'll just want to make your life a living hell and kill her first, and then, fuck up your life the rest of the way. Plus, we're monsters. You want something, just take it.
I will, eventually. As you say, we are immortal, and I'll do the finger gesture again.
We're immortal, yeah. Are you sure she is too?
I shrug and say, and reply, I don't think she is.
Well, then using the whole "we're immortal" line is kind of a shitty stick.
Yeah. But, I mean, if someone was to kill her, I probably would lose my mind for a night, but get over it eventually.
That's true enough.
I said she reminded me of my past life. I didn't say I was addicted to her or wanted to, where was I going with this thought? Fuck. You get what I'm saying, though.
He'll look at you, he'll lift up a hand, and with his left hand, he'll make a circle with his pointer finger and his thumb, and he'll take the pointer finger of his right hand, and he'll start doing that, and then look at you and arch one of his non-existent eyebrows.
I'll kind of just smile and say, you mentioned that, we could use the blood to mimic life. Does that mean that I can sire progeny like that?
You're dead, boy. Putting a little blood into your dick is not gonna make the sperm live again.
You never know.
No. But for real, there are rumors that if you have a high enough generation, that can happen. because your blood is just so weak that one can have a kid, but it's, well, rare. I've never seen it. Like I said, it was a rumor. No. Spending blood, or you, not spending, using your blood in that way just makes it so there's not a god-awful mess, because every fluid in your body is pretty much turned into blood. You sweat, it's blood. You cry, it's blood. You jizz, it's blood. Unless, of course, you use, your blood to turn it into not blood.
Point taken.
It's like the worst Red Wings ever.
So you're basically telling me that, I've just become a woman with extra steps.
No? I mean, you still have a dick. Though you do kind of act like a woman. You're kind of stubborn. A little stupid like one. Oh, see, once again, the views of this character do not represent the views of the player.
Oh, see, I was referencing the period, but alright.
Like, I'm sorry, this dude is a jackass. Little misogynistic.
Oh, look, there's another scene.
Ooh.
I think it's meeting the prince. Vampire scene at Elysium.
Okay.
So.
Oh, I got it. So Ash will just kind of sit up, and he'll stretch, and he'll just kind of...
Hey, just that way y'all know, I just posted this vampire scene that's happening at Elysium because court's been called.
Okay. So yeah, apparently court's been called.
Yeah. So basically, Ash's phone will start ringing. It's on his desk. He'll get up. He'll answer it. Just kind of say, "Okay, yeah, be there in a little bit." And shut it, and look over to you and say, "Well, put your clothes on, boy. And if you got cologne, you might want to use it. We're going to, we're going back to Elysium." Wait, you know what that is, right? I just want to make sure you know what an Elysium is.
See, I'm not quite sure if I would know what it is or not.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna play like I do.
Do you OC know what it is?
Yeah, OC, I know what it is, but I don't know in character what it is. I don't know if I know what it is in character.
I mean, like, I'm just saying, like, Ash is not really... He already thinks really low of your character. I'm sorry. So if he doesn't know, Ash would just kind of be like, okay, and this is what it is.
Yeah, so I would ask, just remind me what an Elysium is.
Yeah, and he'll say, basically, it's, do not attack other kindred zone. Where you just don't attack anyone, because it is literally just a neutral, non-hostile territory where mages and all sorts of... I mean, the Sabbat walk up into Elysium. It's not good. A lot of shit talking is thrown, but it happens.
He would ask, what's a mage? And he'll kind of get this weird look on his face that you don't think you've seen before.
He'll walk over to a dresser, pick up, and he's got... You know what? Actually, no, it's not a dresser. He's got a bookshelf, and it's got a ton of books on there. And he'll take off a book, and it's called Stormfront, and he'll toss it over to you. Basically, it's the first book in the Harry Dresden series.
Okay, this one I'll actually try and catch. I'm not going to roll for it, but I'm going to catch it.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. And after that, he'll walk over to a dresser and just kind of take... He wasn't wearing a shirt during any of this, so he'll just start putting on, like, the, nice dress shirt and everything and whatnot, getting ready for Elysium. And as he's doing that, he'll just kind of look over his shoulder and say, read that. It's about a mage. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we can call it here.
Yep. They both do what they need to do and head over to the Elysium, which you will learn he travels entirely by sewers. So the travel time is not very long, and yeah, you just might want to wear like some rubber boots. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, viewers, if there are any later, for watching. This has another been a scene. Blah 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 blah. Good night.